Right. Hi, today we are going to be talking about the common mistakes that people make when preparing accounts. What are those common things that you often make errors with? What are those mistakes that often come up when you're trying to prepare or study accounting? So today I'm going to be giving a guide for students, beginners, practitioners, and even career switchers. So please watch out for these key tips on the common mistakes that people make when preparing accounts. There are 7 key mistakes that people often make mistakes with. 7 key errors when preparing accounts that we notice that people fall prey to. What are those things? First of all, why does this matter? Why am I telling you about all these mistakes? Why do you need to know? Yes, you need to know because there is a misconception going around that accounting is difficult. Accounting is hard. No, I'm going to put your mind to rest, reassure you that accounting is not as difficult as people think. Please don't be one of those thinking accounting is difficult. I can tell you that today because I sit in here, I never studied accounting back in college, but I started doing accounting my first time at the university. I never knew what accounting was all about, but because I put my mind and soul to it, I had passion for the subject. I wanted to become an accountant. I admired the people working in the banks, accountants, doing various accounting jobs, and I aspired to be one of those people. Because I put my heart and soul to it, I can confidently sit here and tell you that it's not as difficult as people make it sound. Okay? So please follow my channel, subscribe, leave comments in the comment section. Tell me what are your challenges, what are the things that you're facing, or what problems you're encountering, and I will definitely get back to you. Okay? So moving on, one of the common mistakes that people make in accounting is thinking that accounting is all about maths. No, accounting is not about maths. Please. It's more on the logic and understanding. Yes, we do require maths in accounting, but please be rest assured that these are 2 different separate worlds. Okay? Yes, the kind of maths that we need in accounting is more about can you add? Can you subtract? Do you know why you're adding? Do you understand why you're subtracting? That is what even makes accounting much more interesting. The logic behind it, the reasoning behind the addition and subtraction. It's not the complex maths you will see when in high school, okay? It's not that kind of complexity, no. We just need the basics. And I believe everyone, you and I, we all add and subtract in our daily lives. So what am I saying in effect is that we all do the maths that accounting requires without realizing it. On day-to-day basis, we do all these things. So why don't you just study accounting? The surprising news is we all study accounting on our day-to-day lives without realizing we are doing so. So it's high time we just make it formal and try to wrap things around and say, yes, we can do it. Dr. Sha'ven has told me in her channel, Your Accounting Lab, that she can make you understand how accounting works in an easy, friendly manner. Okay? Just give me your time and mindset to it. Okay? The second common mistake that people make when preparing accounts is trying to memorize things. Instead of understanding why you're adding and subtracting, you're trying to memorize the standards. No. Do not memorize the standards, but understand the standards. When preparing financial statements or in financial accounting, we follow standards. In the UK, we follow what we call the International Accounting Standards, and that is the basis that I'm going to be laying my videos on. Okay? Every country have a set of standards that they follow. Okay? But the general one, the international one, as the name goes, is the International Accounting Standards that we are going to be using. Okay, so rote learning, memorizing, cramming things is not the best way going forward. Rather, understand why those things are done the way they are rather than memorizing them. The third common mistake that people make is ignoring the basics. What do I mean by the basics? You need to lay a very good foundation for you to understand accounting, because accounting is like building blocks. To stack the blocks on each other. Okay, you can't just decide to study a particular thing in accounting without understanding the basics, is what I'm saying. For example, my next video is going to be on debits and credits, understanding why is it that we debit some things and credit certain things. What is the reasoning behind it? And some textbooks will call it double entry bookkeeping. I'm going to be telling you more around double entry bookkeeping, which is the foundation of accounting, which is the basic. Without understanding the debits and credit or the double entry bookkeeping in accounting, you won't be able to understand any other aspects of financial accounting going forward. So these are the key things that you need to set a right tone at the start. Understand those nitty-gritty, those little basics. Okay, the fourth one is not practicing enough. I always tell my students, my listeners, my followers is the secret with accounting is practice, practice, and practice again. Practice, practice, and practice again. The more you practice, the more you become better at accounting. Okay, it's not magic. We have to do some groundwork to it. We need to practice. What do I mean by this? As simple as when you listen to my videos, take the things I've talked about, put them into practice, put them to test. So when you go back to your desk, when you go back to the office, try to put those things into practice. You definitely get stuck somewhere, and hence the reason why you need to come back to my channel. Leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me the challenges that you're facing, and I will definitely get back to you. If it's something that requires one-on-one, of course, I would definitely get back to you on one-to-one basis. Okay. The fifth common mistake that people make when studying or practicing accounting is trying to study alone. What do I mean by this? So if you are practicing accounting on your own, yes, it's a good thing. However, if you're stuck, please don't be contented with your mistakes. Ask questions. Ask for clarification. Seek for help. Okay? So try not to be left in your own circle. Okay? Poor time management is another mistake that people make when studying or preparing accounts. Okay? And what do I mean by poor time management? Not recording transactions when they happen. Leaving, procrastinating things. Saying, oh, I will do it the next day. The next day becomes 2 weeks time. 2 weeks, 1 month time. Before you know the end of the financial year and your transactions have not been completed. Okay? That's one of the common mistakes that people make. Procrastinating. Poor time management. Try to set aside time to prepare your accounts, to record the transactions. For example, if I were to go shopping in Tesco, Asda, Aldi, any supermarket, okay, or if I spend some money at McDonald's or in the fuel station, when I get back to my office, the first thing I want to do is put the receipt down and record those transactions. For you to record these transactions, you need what we call double entry bookkeeping, the debits and credit, which is going to link back to my next video. Okay, so watch out for the new year for my next video on debit and credit, which is setting the ground rules on how do we proceed with preparing financial statements. Okay, and the final one is thinking that accounting is useless. No, I can reassure you, accounting is definitely useful for many people, for various users. It could be the government, the public, shareholders, investors, auditors, name it. We all use accounting, financial accounting, in one way or the other without even realizing that we are using this information. We all need accounting in our day-to-day lives. It's unavoidable. When you're going shopping, you need a budget. You need to prepare a shopping list. As simple as preparing a shopping list, that is some form of accounting that you're doing. As simple as trying to think, oh, do I have enough money in my account? Again, what are you doing? You're planning. Form of management accounting. You're trying to manage your finances. So we all need accounting. We all use accounting on day-to-day basis, even without realizing it. So knowingly or unknowingly, we all do. Right, after unraveling all these 7 mistakes that we often make in accounting, the question is, what next? What do I need to do with this information? Okay, what you need to do is to try to do accounting the right way. And how can you do this? Key tips: understand what you're doing, try to visualize where you're heading to. What is the purpose for that? Okay, where are you heading to? Practice and practice and practice again. Review or revise what you've done. Reflect on what you've done, which is very important. Repeat the process. It's a repetition. The process goes over and over again. It's like a cycle. Okay? And the final message from me to you is always be patient. Getting confused when preparing accounts is normal. So don't feel like you are the only one being in that pot of soup. I can reassure you, confusion is the norm. But you will definitely get yourself out of that confusion stage. Okay? Consistency. Be consistent with what you're doing. Don't do it today and then do it in 2 months' time. No. Try to be consistent. And that way, you'll be practicing and practicing again, and you get better and better at it. Okay? Consistency wins is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. What I need you to do, please subscribe, like, and share. Leave a comment in the comment section telling me your challenges when preparing or studying accounting, and I will see you in the next video.